South Korea has long been a key geopolitical ally for the United States in Asia, but in recent years, it also emerged as a top trade partner in the region. South Korea's consumers tend to make purchases largely based on price and quality, so American sellers can often compete well against Korean suppliers, especially when selling via e-commerce in this highly wired market. Other strong sectors for American products include medical technology, ICT equipment and components, general industrial equipment, and transportation equipment. The Korea-US Free Trade Agreement enables more than 90% of American-made goods to enter the country duty-free. It has also harmonized many product standards. Of course, there are challenges to consider. Korean customers often try to reopen negotiations to haggle on price and other terms, even after contracts are agreed to. Also, English is not widely spoken, so U.S. companies should have a bilingual supplier, partner, or representative to help navigate the market. The U.S. Commercial Service has an office in Seoul to help with these potential hurdles. How can your business take advantage of this vibrant and strategically located market? And why should a U.S. company consider exporting to South Korea?
South Korea is a very exciting market, and there's a lot of opportunities for U.S. companies. There is a population of 51 million, and just in the city of Seoul alone, there's a very huge population of 10 million people. It's very crowded, but it's also very energetic and exciting at the same time.
The income's about $28,000, so there's a lot of purchasing power there, and Koreans tend to be kind of trendsetters. If you have a new product that you're looking to test in Asia, Korea is often a place that people like to go because Koreans are always looking for new things.
And I might add that Korea is the third largest market in East Asia. In terms of ease of doing business, the World Bank ranked Korea as number 4. It's the US's 7th largest export market and the 11th largest global economy with the GDP of 1.4 trillion.
We have a staff of 10 commercial specialists in my office, of Korean nationals, all who are very talented and very knowledgeable about the market. So those would be the people that American firms would work with directly if they're looking to use our office to enter the market. If you're new to Korea, you certainly have to have a sense of things like negotiating a contract and what to expect. Many traditional firms are less reliant on contracts, and a vague contract is what they are happy with.
In Korea, you want to have a very well-written business card on really good material. It should list your name, your company, and your title very clearly. Sometimes it helps if this information is translated into the Korean language. When you do meet Koreans in a business environment, you do want to exchange your business card with both hands, and then after you do receive the other person's card, you want to look at it carefully, and also during the meeting, place it neatly on top of your desk.
Korea is still has a Confucian approach to a lot of business relationships, which is hierarchical. So probably more so even than China, I would say. So again, you need to understand what that means in terms of negotiating styles. Koreans are very big users of e-commerce to buy, goods for their home and for themselves. So Korea has, just domestically, has a very large number of domestic e-commerce sites. But also there's been a boom the last few years in buying internationally on e-commerce sites. And last year I think they imported about $1.5 billion of product purchased overseas through e-commerce. About 73% of that was from American companies. Under the Free Trade Agreement, there's an exemption for entering shipments under $200. So that has been a big advantage. They come in automatically in most cases, with a few exceptions. So it's a big advantage selling through e-commerce into Korea.
One thing that makes Korea a really sought after market and a really attractive market for US exporters is that the Koreans have a strong affinity for US products and services. Even US products that may not be too immediately recognizable here in the United States, sometimes find a new life in Korea.
Want to learn more about exporting to South Korea? Explore the South Korea Country Commercial Guide on export.gov. or connect with a U.S. Commercial Service trade professional. Brought to you by the U.S. Commercial Service, part of the U.S. Department of Commerce's International Trade Administration.